Okay, so today we will be having our third learning outcome. So with our CO1, analyze the importance of the principles of mechanics in marine engineering. So we have the learning outcome 1.3, solve problems involving dynamics applicable to marine engineering. So these are the topics. Okay, so we will dig into these topics one by one. Okay, first, so basic concept of dynamics in marine engineering. Dynamics in marine engineering deals with the study of forces, motion, and energy affecting marine structures, ships, and offshore platforms. So understanding these principles is essential for designing safe and efficient vessels. So the following are some fundamental concepts. First, we have the Newton's law of motion, which is the first law of which is inertia. So a vessel at rest remains at rest, and a vessel in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an external force. Diba? So kung makita nyo, kung may idea kayo about yung barko na bumangga sa isang bridge sa Amerika. So that is the Baltimore Bridge, di ba? So pag namatay yung makina mo, so when a motion, yung vessel is tumatakbo na wala nang control, di ba? So tutuloy-tuloy siya hanggang sa mabangga siya. Di ba? So ganun yun. So pag nakasteady naman yung barko, pag walang gumagalaw sa kanya, steady na siya. Pero pag tinutulak na, tumatakbo siya, tapos bigla namatay yung makina, so meron na siya acceleration, so hihinto lang yan pag merong, for example, magpapatakbo ka ng makina para i-reverse mo yung rotation ng propeller. So yun, magsa-stop yun. Pero pag wala kang ginawa, tuloy-tuloy yun. Hanggang sa nabangga sila sa Baltimore Bridge. Yun lang. Okay, the second law, force and acceleration. So the acceleration of a ship is proportional to the force applied and inversely proportional to its mass. So syempre, mas mabigat yung barko, mas matagal mong patakbuhin. And then mas malakas yung force na i-apply mo, mas mabilis yung acceleration mo sa barko mo. Okay? Next, the third law, action-reaction. So for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So for example, a ship's propeller pushes water backward, so tulak ng propeller, yung tubig, yung dagat pa, backward, para yung barko mo is mag-move siya forward. Diba? Okay. Next, we'll go to linear momentum in marine engineering. So, what is linear momentum? So, linear momentum is the product of an object mass and its velocity. So it represents the motion of an object in a straight line and is a fundamental principle in dynamics. So a hammer being swung has linear momentum due to its mass and velocity. The faster the hammer is swung and the heavier it is, the greater its momentum. So yung pako mo is maglulubog. Next, the moment of an object is a product of that object's mass and velocity. So therefore, a large oil tanker, ganito, ang bigat-bigat niyan, tapos, yung with small velocity pero big mass, and moving bullet, which has a small mass but very big velocity, could have equal momentum. Diba, ganun kalakal, ikaw baka, yung parang binaril ka rin, pag nabangga ka niyan, kahit mabagal lang yung barkong yan, pero ganun kabigat, tatama tayo, parang ganun din, parang rin, natamaan ka rin ng bala. Ganun siya kalakas. Okay, based on this, so, no momentum kasi hindi siya tumatakbo. So, pag yung velocity mo is 10 meter per second lang, so 15, tapos yung, example, 15 kilos lang yung, 15 kilos lang yung sasakyan, grabe naman yun. So, parang bigas lang So, example, ganon, so mas, meron kang momentum. Pero, pag mas mabilis yung sasakyan mo, kahit na same lang yung weight, so mas malakas yung momentum. Okay. Next, linear momentum. So, an impulse changes an object's momentum. So it is the product of force on an object and the amount of time that force is applied. So for example, ganito. Pag sinuntok ka, tapos isang segundo lang yung suntok, parang daplis lang yun, di ba? Pero pag yung suntok mo is binigay mo lahat, tapos nagstay sa mukha mo ng 10 segundo siguro, so siyempre kakainin mo yung lahat, mas masakit yun. So the same impulse can be delivered in two ways. Increasing the force that is applied. So kung yung pwersa mo ganun kalakas tapos sandali lang, same lang yun sa medyo mahina yung pwersa pero matagal din yung kinain yung pwersa na yun. So, increasing the force that is applied and increasing the time the force is applied. So, para mas sulit yung suntok mo, yung suntok ni Manny Pacquiao, mas mabilis at mas matagal sa mukha mo, yun, change in momentum. So, ano mangyari? Yung mukha mo, mag-iiba yung mukha mo. So, magkakaroon ng change in momentum yung mukha mo. Di ba? So, yun lang. Sakit nun. Okay, so, another example. So, let's keep with that na lang. Okay, conservation of linear momentum. So, the law of conservation of momentum states that in the absence of external forces, the total momentum of a system remains constant. So, ito, pag yung bola na yan, nagkaroon ng momentum papunta dun sa right side, tapos walang nakaharang dyan, so yun, maintain constant lang yung momentum niya. Pero pag nabangga na dyan sa bola, so yun, nag-iiba na yung momentum. So, within any closed, isolated system, the momentum is conserved or does not change. Unless, so dito nabangga siya, so nalipat yung momentum niya dito, so ganun din. Nandyan na yung momentum mo. So this principle is crucial in marine engineering applications such as ship propulsion and collision. So hindi naman natin ma-experience ang collision kasi mahirap yan, banggaan, di ba? Dagat. Okay, so we have here a formula for elastic collision, objects hit and bounce off. So we have M, initial mass times initial velocity plus final mass, final velocity equals initial mass with the third, ang tawag itong V3, new velocities plus M2 mass of the second object pala to. Mass of the first object times the velocity of the first object plus mass of the second object times the velocity of the second object equals to mass of the first object, tapos nag-change na yung velocity niya into V3 plus the mass of the second object and then nag-change na yung velocity niya into V4. Okay. So, ito, i-discuss na natin sa classroom. Okay. So, now we'll go with applications of linear momentum in marine engineering. So, ship propulsion propeller. So, when a ship's propeller pushes water backward, the ship moves forward due to Newton's third law of motion. And then the change in momentum of water moving backward results in a forward force on the ship. So, where initial velocity, where the thrust force generated by propeller is calculated as the change in P, which is linear momentum over the change in time. So the change in P is equals to mass times final velocity minus mass times initial velocity over time. Okay. So application of linear momentum in engineering. Next, letter A, kanina is ship propulsion propeller. Application of linear momentum. Next, we have the nozzles and orifices in marine propulsion. So jet propulsion system use nozzles to increase the velocity of water jets generating thrust. So for example, ito. So yung tubig dito is hinihigop nitong propeller na to, and then since nandito is medyo naipit siya, parang nozzle, so nagkakaroon na naipit yung tubig, and then nagkakaroon ng high pressure paglabas niya dyan. So ito yung nozzle niya, nakita natin dyan. This is the propeller. So this is nozzle. So, and then paglabas ng tubig, so syempre, parang lilipad na, ba? Or bibilis yung acceleration ng barko mo. Okay? So usual, itong system na to, ganito, yan. So, ganun kalakas yan. So, usually, yung system na yan is ginagamit sa atin dyan na sa ocean jet, sa mga jet na mga barko. Ocean jet, alam ko ba yung mga sample dyan? So, yun, ocean jet lang yung mo. Kung meron ka pa yung mga, ano dyan? Mga fast craft. Yan. Like the ocean jet. So, ito, jet propulsion yung, water jet propulsion yung ginagamit nila. So, for fast ferries and jet skis. So, yun. Meron siya. So, kung may iba ka pang example alam, comment mo na lang siya dyan sa YouTube video natin. Okay, next. Firefighting system. She's equipped with firefighting systems that utilize water or foam jets to extinguish fires on board. So, jets pa rin ito. So, may jet orifice dyan sa nozzle na yan para makaroon ng mabilis na spray doon sa dulo. Dito rin, nagkakaroon tayo ng jet dyan sa water mist system natin. Dito, konti lang yung jet sprinkler system. Parang nag-sprinkle na siya. Okay, also on valves, so nagkakaroon din siya ng parang jet or linear momentum dyan. Paglabas ng tubig. Also, sa barko na mayroon mga deck washdown system, kailangan meron tayong linear momentum dyan para pressurize yung paglabas ng tubig and then malinis yung deck. So those are deck washdown system, pampalinis ng ating deck area sa barko. Next, for tank cleaning naman, meron tayong mga tinatawag na tank cleaning systems which employ high pressure water jets with jet orifice nozzles to remove residues and sediments from the tank surfaces. So yan, umiikot yan sa lahat ng part ng tangke mo hanggang sa malinis na siya. So pag malinis na, doon ka pa lang mag-check and then kung may matira pang mga dumi, doon mo na lilinisin yung natira. Another is for fuel injector. So kailangan para yung pag-spray niya is atomized, pinong-pino, and para mabilis siyang masunog, mabilis siyang mag-combust, and then hindi siya mag-create ng black smoke, madali siyang masunog. So kailangan pressurized din siya, kailangan fine spray siya, kaya kailangan may nozzle siya. Ito yung nozzle natin, ang ating fuel injector nozzle. Okay, fine spray yan. So another example, so for jet skis and personal watercraft, meron din dyan mga nozzle type para mabilis yung ganyan niya, pagtakbo. So pinapatalon-talon niya pa sa dagat. And then ito naman example ng mga high-speed ferries natin. Ito yung kanina. So wala kalakas yung tubig dyan. Diba? Okay, another one, ito, ang tawag dito, hindi ko alam. Yung parang lilipad, tawag dito, water jet ski, tawag dito. So, water jet ski, so yan. Mas maganda yung water jet ski pag may kasama kang chicks, di ba? Okay, next! Ayun, anong nangyari yan? Okay, huwag mong banggain. Patay, bangga. Oops! Lakas! So, application din yung momentum environment, so hindi, huwag nyo i-apply ito ha. Paki-apply nyo. Okay, ship collisions and mooring forces. So, ship collision, ito yung nabangga siya. So, during a collision, linear momentum help determine the impact force and resulting damage. So, mas bawasan mo yung linear momentum mo para hindi malakas yung pagkabangga mo. So this concept is also applied in mooring forces when ships dock and absorb impact. So yung mooring naman yan yung mga tali na nilalagay para yung barko is hindi mag-move pag nasa puerto na. Okay, another one. Problem solved. Uy, ito yung nabangga yung Titanic sa iceberg. So a ship propeller thrust calculation. So a ship's propeller ejects 500 kg of water per second at a velocity of 10 meters per second relative to the ship. Determine the thrust force. So using the momentum equation, so 500 times, is this times or divided by a velocity na pala to. So equals 5,000 Newton. So the propeller generates a thrust of 5,000 Newton. Ito. Ilan kaya yung pwersa nito pag gano'ng kabigat din tong barkong yan, di ba? Hindi naman yan maliit na yung 500 kg. Hindi ko alam gano'ng kabigat to. Diba? So, propeller ay ito pala yung water per second. So, hindi ko alam kung gano'ng kabilis yan. So, nilagay ko lang yung pagkabangga ng Titanic sa iceberg. Dahil kay Jack and dahil kay Rose. Okay, next. Ayun, collision naman. Collision between, yun, inararo niya. So, a ship of mass 2,000 tons moving at 5 meters per second collides with a stationary vessel of 3,000 tons. So, after the collision, they move together. So, syempre, magiging same na sila ng final velocity dalawa kasi nabangga mo yung hindi ito matakbong. So, what is the final velocity? Using the momentum conservation equation, so this one, m1v1 plus m2v2 equals m1 plus m2 to the final velocity. So, makuha mo yung final velocity is 2 meters per second. After the collision, both ships move together at 2 meters per second. Grabe, inararo. Yun lang. Okay. Let's go with angular momentum in marine engineering. So, what is angular momentum? Angular momentum L is the rotational counterpart of linear momentum. So, it is defined as L is equal to IW. So this is angular velocity, yung W, times the inertia. Or L is equals to radius times P. P which is angular momentum, di ba? Or what is P? Ito pala angular momentum. P is the angular velocity. Ito pala, nandito pala, linear momentum, P. So, momentum of inertia, angular velocity, radial distance, and linear momentum. So, it represents the quantity of rotational motion possessed by a rotating object. So, pag tumatakbo yung, nag-rotate yung object na yan, so, yung angular momentum niya is yan. Yung parang torque niya. Diba? So, conservation of angular momentum. The law of conservation of angular momentum states that if no external torque acts on a system, its angular momentum remains constant. So this principle is critical in marine engineering applications such as ship stability, flywheels, and propeller dynamics. Okay, first, applications of angular momentum in marine engineering. So we have flywheels in marine engines. Ito yung flywheel, yan. Ito yung crankshaft, yan yung mga piston. So yung purple na yan is the flywheel, yan. So what is the purpose of the flywheel? So a flywheel is a rotating mass that stores energy in the form of angular momentum. So this is used in marine diesel engines to regulate speed fluctuations by smoothing out power delivery. So malaking metal yan na tumiikot pag tumakbo na yung makina. So pag wala kasi yan, nagiging fluctuated yung takbo ng makina mo. So when the engine's torque varies, the flywheel absorbs or releases energy to maintain stable rotation of our engine. Okay, example, a ship's engine is a flywheel with a moment of inertia of 50 kg of kilogram squared. So an angular velocity of 10 rad per second. So its angular momentum is, so inertia times the angular velocity equals 500 kg meter squared per second. So this stored angular momentum helps keep the engine running smoothly. So another question, problem. A 4-stroke ship engine has a counter, ito yung 4-stroke. Ito 4-stroke. Has a counterweight with a moment of inertia. So makita natin, saan yung counterweight yan? Kung makita natin, ito yung tumikot na yan yung crank wave niya. So dito, yung crank wave niya parang pantay, di ba? Pero dito, yung crank wave niya, merong parang sobra, may pasobra pang isa. Parang crackers lang ah. So may sobra siya, para siyang fan, parang meron siyang sobra. Yung sobra na yan is yung purpose niya, yan yung tinatawag na counterweight. Yan. Dito sa 2-stroke, di na kailangan ng counterweight. Pero sa 4-stroke engine, kailangan ng counterweight. So, check natin. So, a 4-stroke ship engine has a counterweight with a moment of inertia of 35 kg meters squared during the compression stroke. So, the engine slows down momentarily, reducing the angular velocity from 14 rad to 10 rad per second. Kasi nag-compress ka na lang, ibibigat yung makina mo. So determine the change in angular momentum of the counterweight during the compression stroke. Okay. So solution, angular momentum is given by L is equals to IW. The initial angular momentum and the final angular momentum is this one. So look for the change in angular momentum, which is negative 140 kg meters squared per second. So conclusion, the negative change in angular momentum indicates that the counterweight helps store rotational energy, compensating for the slowdown during the compression stroke. So this stabilizes the engine's operation by reducing fluctuations in angular velocity. So sa 4-stroke kasi, yung intake stroke, after ng intake stroke, magkakaroon ng compression stroke. Sa compression stroke, pagkukompress ka ng hangin, so bibigat yung makina mo, di ba? Then after ng exhaust stroke, pag nakaakyat na siya, bigyan ng fuel, magkakaroon ng combustion stroke, di ba? Or power stroke. Baba naman yung piston. Pagbaba ng piston, angat siya para itutulak siya ng combustion, di ba? Bababa siya and then angat siya muli para i-exhaust yung mga gases. And then bababa siya ulit, magkakaroon ng intake naman. During the compression stroke, bibigat yung makina kasi magkukompress ka ng hangin, di ba? Pero wala ka ng power dun. Nangyari. So yun nangyari, during the power stroke pa lang, ina-absorb na nung counterweight mo yung pwersa nung power stroke mo para pag sa sunod niyang ikot papunta sa compression stroke, meron pa siyang natirang inertia or energy na pwede niyang itulak para maakyat yung piston mo at makompress niya yung hangin. So, ganun. Kaya may counterweight. So, sa classroom, pag magtanong kayo ulit, doon natin, mas i-explain natin properly yung counterweight na yan. Okay, next we have the letter B, gyroscopic effects in ship stability and maneuvering. So ships have rotating parts, propellers, turbines that create gyroscopic effects which impact maneuverability. So the gyroscopic couple generated can affect the ship's stability during turn. So the torque acting on a rotating object is given by this formula. Torque is equal to change in angular momentum over change in time. So the rudder ship used stabilizers to counteract these effects and reduce unwanted rolling. So example, a ship's propeller rotating at high speed generates gyroscopic torque when turning. So this torque can cause the ship to tilt if not properly managed. So nagbabalance dyan is the stabilizer. Ito yung stabilizer natin. So propeller and rudder interaction. So marine propellers generate angular momentum which interacts with the rudder for steering control. So ikot yan, yung angular momentum, then babangga dito sa ating rudder. Ito yung rudder. Diba? So the twin propeller ships use counter-rotating propellers. So dito sa counter-rotating propeller, pag ikot niya, meron tayong angular momentum. And then pag nabangga siya sa counter-rotating propeller, ito yung counter-rotating propeller, magkakaroon siya ng change in or na convert natin yung angular momentum natin into linear momentum. So yan, that's an example of counter-rotating propellers. Okay, sa barko naman meron tayong ship stabilization using angular momentum principle. So gyroscopic stabilizer, ito yung gyroscope natin. And then yung gyroscopic stabilizers or gyroscopic stabilizers are large spinning discs. Are installed in ships to reduce rolling motion. So pag na-sense niya na nag-move na yung barko, so magbibigay siya ng signal para i-balance siya. So these stabilizers use angular momentum to resist external forces from waves. Okay, so problem solving example number 1, effect of angular momentum on ship maneuvering. So a ship's gyro stabilizer has a moment of inertia of 1,000 kilograms meters squared and rotates at 50 rad per second. So when a force acts to stop it in 10 seconds, find the torque required. So torque is equal to change in angular velocity over time, and then L is equal to IW. So using those formula, so torque is equal to inertia times angular velocity over the change in time. So this is the formula, and then the answer will be, so a torque of 5,000 Newton meters needed to stop the stabilizer. So ganun. Next, turning moment in marine engineering. So, the turning moment torque is the rotational effect of a force applied at a distance from an axis of rotation. So, it is defined as torque is equal to force times radius sine theta. Pero kung yung theta mo tulad nito is 90 degrees, so good as sine 90 degrees is 1, so pwede mo na i-cancel out mo lang. Okay? So, let's go. So, in marine engineering, turning moments play a crucial role in ship propulsion, engine operation, and turbine performance. So, relevance in marine engineering determines engine efficiency and power transmission, affects maneuverability through propeller torque and rudder forces, governs the operation of turbines and flywheels in marine power system. So, dito, so this is a kind of propeller, Voigt-Schneider propeller. So, yung ginagawa niya is pinapaikot niya itong parang vanes niya, or parang rudder niya. Parang rudder siya, di ba? So, pinapaikot niya para pagdating niya dito sa rotation na to, may tutulak niya yung tubig papunta doon. So, yung barko mo is mag-move pababa, papunta dito sa baba, di ba? Parang ganun. So, grabe, ibang klase naman. Kung gusto mong paikotin, pwede mo i-adjust siguro na dito banda 30 degrees yung tulak ng tubig, or ganyan na 0 degrees, or dito 45, or 90 degrees, or dito ano ba dito? 270 degrees, grabe. So magaling yung pagkagawa nitong Voigt-Schneider propeller. So propeller para yan, pero hindi siya umiikot na parang propeller. Umiikot siya parang tinutulak niya lang yung tubig. Diba? Very good. Okay, applications of turning moment in marine engineering. So turning moment in ship propulsion system. So a ship's propeller generates torque by applying force to water, creating thrust. Yan, pag higop dyan, pag punta doon, mag-create ng thrust, and then move forward yung barko. So the turning moment affects propeller efficiency, shaft design, and rudder control. So for twin screw ships, use counter-rotating propellers to balance turning moment. So ito, pag umikot ito, papunta sa, saan ba yung ikot niya? Kung makita natin yung fan niya, parang paikot niya is, para patulak is, clockwise. Pero dito naman is counterclockwise yung ikot niya para mag-balance naman yung turning moment niya. Kasi pag puro left, right-handed thread siya or right hand yung ikot niya, so may tendency yung barko mo is mag-move dun sa side na yun, di ba? At balance. So dito, pag twin screw, so iba yung ikot nila. Counter yung rotation nila. Para balance lang yung takbo ng barko mo. Okay. So, turning moment in ship propulsion system, sample problem. So, if the ship's propeller applies 5,000 Newton of force, ito pala yung propeller, ganun kalaki, di ba? So, maliit na barko pa lang yan. Kasi yung propeller na to is parang 3 tao lang. Malaki. So, if a ship's propeller applies 5,000 Newton of force at a distance of 2 meters from the rotation axis, the turning moment is 5,000 times 2. So, let's say that the force is 90 degrees. So, wala na yung sin theta. So, which is equals to 10,000 Newton meter yung torque. Pero kalakas yung 10,000 Newton meter, hindi ko alam. Mga pag nabigwasan ganyan, tanggal ulo mo. Diba? Okay, next. Turning moment in marine turbine. So, marine turbines generate power by converting fluid motion into rotational motion. So, ito yung turbine. So, yung steam dito is pupunta dito sa turbine, no? Tapos, ikot yan. Pag ikot yan, tatakbo, ikot din yung generator. And then yung generator mo, magsusupply na siya ng kuryente, di ba? So, marine turbine generate power converting fluid motion into rotational motion. So, yung fluid motion natin dito is yung steam. So, the torque produced by turbines determines the mechanical energy output of a marine engine. So, large steam turbines in ships operate on the principle of converting steam energy into rotational torque to drive the propeller shaft. So, dito naman, nakita, generator yung connected niya. Pero, may ibang barko na nakakonekta siya sa kanyang propeller. So, yun, ikot yung propeller mo. Okay, another one, turning moment in flywheels for marine engines. So, ito yung flywheel natin. Yan. So, flywheels store rotational energy and smooth out fluctuations in engine speed. So, a large flywheel reduces speed variation by maintaining angular momentum. So, the moment of inertia of a flywheel is angular acceleration determine its turning moment, which is turning moment is equals to inertia times angular acceleration. Okay, so example. A flywheel on a ship's engine has a moment of inertia of 200 kg/m² and an angular acceleration of 5 rods. So, the turning moment is 1,000 Newton meter. Parang tapos ito kanina, hindi ba? Okay, next, application of turning moment in marine engineering. So, turning moment in ship steering. So, the rudder applies a force to change the ship's direction. So, creating a turning moment around the center of gravity. So, the effectiveness of the rudder depends on the force applied and the distance from the pivot point. So, for example, ito yung propeller mo. Pag umikot yan, yung dagat is babangga dito sa rudder. Ito yung rudder niya. Diba? Bangga yung rudder na yan, and then kung yung rudder mo is depende sa angle niya, so mag-move din yung barko mo. So the effectiveness of the rudder depends on the force applied and the distance from the pivot point. So the large ships require hydraulic assistance to generate sufficient turning moment for steering. So dito naman is parang motor driven. Ito naman is a Plugger type of rudder. So yung rudder mo, yan, rudder mo, so ito yung propeller. Pag ikot ng propeller, so, depende sa angle ng rudder mo, mag-move yung barko mo. For example naman, na hindi tumatakbo yung propeller mo, tapos gusto mo lang mag-move ng konti lang, pwede mo gamitin itong Plugger na propeller na maliit na yun dito. Pero yung system na ito is, ginawa nila dito sa Plugger na azimuth thruster. So, pinag-isa na yung propeller dyan at yung rudder mo. So, parang ito lang yan. Pero, yung propeller dito namin is dito nilagay. Diba? So, parang ganun. Okay, next. Problem solving example. So, torque generated by a marine propeller. So, a ship's propeller shaft has a radius of 0.75 meter and experiences a tangential force of 6,000 newtons. So, find the turning moment. So, force times radius. So, answer is the propeller generates a turning moment of 4,500 newton meter. Okay, another example number 2, torque in a marine turbine. So, a marine steam turbine produces a power output of 100 kilowatt at an angular speed of 200 rad per second. So, calculate the torque. So, power is related to torque. So, power is equal to torque times angular velocity. So, the answer will be the turbine generates a turning moment of 500 Newton meter. So, So this is problem solving for turning moment din. Pero power. Okay. So torque is equals to power over angular velocity. So yun. So makuha mo 500 Newton meter. Goods. So that's the end of the topic. So I hope you learned something today. So I hope meron kayong mga natunan about marine engineering sa mga applications ng ating mga forces and moments. Okay? So I hope you learned something today and I'll see you on our next video. Bye!